tripod. Good morning, everybody. So today is an update kind of thing. I will be doing a unboxing by the Gemstone shop that I subscribed to for 6 months, so that will be a 6 months thing. I do see that a lot of people have viewed my unboxings for Sacred Icium, and I'll see what I can do about that one. That one will probably be a 3 month thing if I do it. So and then Friday I get my tripod for my phone, so I won't have to, all kinds of stuff is happening. And then today I get my feather and my holder and my smudge stick, so it's gonna be fun. And then we're going to do a card of the day, of course. So grab your coffee. I already got mine. Went for a walk with my puppy dog to take my daughter to school because my friend is still at Dalhart. And cars are already flying. Kind of been a theme here. How was everyone's Easter? I spent mine trying to clean my house. So, alright. And then we went to a friend of mine. I'm really not caring if they're reversed or not. So, for a little bit, and then we came home, and she fought her sleep as hard as she could. I'm going to do it this way. Five of Swords. And that's funny because I had this a couple of days ago. So, Five of Swords. Five of Swords says this. I can't even remember. I know I wrote it down. Yes. Page of Pickles, Eight of Swords. No. Alright, so I didn't write it down. Basically, it's somebody that is petty. But I'll give you the lowdown with Five of Swords. All right. So someone is being a bitch, and not a kick-ass bad bitch, but an actual hurtful bitch. Gossip, backstabbing, and being petty seems to be the theme at the moment. If this is not you, and be honest, then someone around you is not to be trusted. This can also mean that you are speaking ill of yourself. So, a gossiper. And that is the card of the day. The Five of Swords. Gotta write that down. Both because I do keep count of what cards pop up. So, I'm gonna put 2 times. And then it was card. Let's see this. The one with the celebration. Just a whole different color for the others. Alright. I will wait. Amen. Five of Pentacles. The Bull. Just bear with me here. I still think that one of the Empress is like one of my favorites of this deck. I mean, this whole deck is my favorite, but I love how she just portrayed it differently. Oh yeah, it was the Three of Cups. So that was the one that was showed up twice. So 3 of Cups twice, 2 times. Three times. All right. So, again, I love this deck. I can't express how much I love this deck. I mean, it is like So I had this card yesterday, which was Easter, and I went over to one of my best friend's house, and we started talking, and she said, we're just gonna have the cookout today and everything. And I started thinking, and I was like, Rita, that is funny that we're talking about this now, because before I came over here, I did a card of the day, and the card of the day was the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is all about celebration, getting with your homies, and celebrating and having fun. And then I come over here, and you're telling me this, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's validation. The cards were right. I'm like, that's just amazing. And, last night we had fun. Mo really had fun. And, hold on. Somebody did give me a lovey. Huh. Stir this around just a wee bit. So yeah, it's just like, it's one of them things that, you have the right deck when everything is correlating and validating and confirming, just one simple little card. So, and it's funny because I took the video last night of my living room alone, spanning from my big huge door that goes to the backyard all the way to where my daughter's clothes are, and the orbs that you see and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, just some peace of mind. See if I get her going. Oh yeah, look at that. More like it. Yeah, so it's like, I've always had validation and confirmation and confirming everything with my decks, but not to this extent. Not like immediately. Like the instant I picked up this deck, and this is what I love about this deck, the instant I picked up this deck, it's so simplistic. I can look at the picture and I know exactly what it's talking about. Where's your baby? So, yeah, that's very exciting. Just a little power with that. You okay, pup? yes, very exciting to have that. And I knew the minute Ethne Dawn made this deck that this is the deck that I wanted. Just by when she did the reveal of the deck, I was like, that is the deck I want. It is different, it is unique, it's simplistic, and it has different meanings already in the book. I mean, that is because I get a lot of friends asking me to do a love reading on them. And it's hard to do a love reading when you don't have the interpretation for the cards for a love reading. And in fact, that's mostly what I get. And I'm like, it's crazy. But now I can do one simple reading for a relationship. And I can give the interpretation for that. If there's blocks, I do the blocks. I usually don't do blocks, but it's to me, it's part of the craft, or not of the craft, but of the card, and even though Ethne Dawn says, you don't have to, if it's reversed and you don't do the reverse, then you can just turn it over. And I'm like, well, I usually don't pertain to reverses, but it's more simplistic. The person that is, the card, whatever is, it says it's the reverse of, it's the opposite of that. So like if you have, like the three of swords, which is the card of sorrow and great sorrow, and loss, then it would be the reverse of that. Maybe not dealing with the hurt and the pain and the suffering that needs to be, or, the Queen of Swords, which might be, let's use the Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles is a motherly figure. It says it's the mother of all mothers. She's really good business savvy. She's the go-to person when you want to look for the best lawyers, the best accountants. She likes to throw parties. She likes to cook. Well, the opposite of that might be someone who's petty and maybe not a good mother. It just really depends. So, and I want to show y'all this. I don't do very many precious moments, but this little spell was gifted to me from my friend Tina. I used it during her clearing of the house. And what people don't realize, bells are really good for clearing out stagnant and negative energies and beings. Now, my hound, Zaven, he's not really evil. I don't even know why he, bless his heart, centuries old, poor thing, had to freaking go around doing somebody else's work when they could have probably done it themselves. But people don't realize these beings, they don't want to be tied down to somebody. They really don't. you don't see very many hounds like this, especially in Texas or California or wherever. I mean, because he's from Greece. He is way, way, way away from his home. And that'll put me in a bad mood. You know, I have to do this freaking person's dirty work and be stuck to taunting somebody when I could be galloping around and having fun and being free to go home. And then I dealt with, the other entities that were more malicious than anything. Which just really told me a lot. That he really was not the threat of it all. Because he was, when I saw him, he was all happy-go-lucky, friendly, just like my Pumbaa, all happy dog. So, and then I crossed over a little girl from the 1800s, and she just wanted to go home. She didn't want to be stuck with somebody. But I think it was an obligation she felt because they took her in and, and whatnot, that she thought she had to stay. And once I told her, I said, look, the family is going to be just fine. I said, it is your time to be at peace. And I explained to her in detail, the simplest terms ever. I got down to her level and I said, if you're ready to go, I will crush you over. And once I got the okay, I said, I lit the candle, there was 2 roses, and I said, okay, I am going to spread out this light of the candle. And in this light, there is going to be a doorway. And in that doorway, your family is there. They're waiting on you. All you have to do is go through that door. And once she went through that door, and I sealed that baby shut, I knew she was at peace. Because I wanted to cry. Because this baby has, 1800s, during the war, she lost her family and she lost her way. She was looking for her dad. And it's none offense, to the kids, because they don't understand or grasp the concept that these beings, these spirits are not here for you to keep. They're wanting help. And because Daddy is a medium and they're sensitive, she was wanting help. But instead, she got something else. Did I feel bad for the kids because they got attached to her? Yes. But in the broader spectrum of things, you're not supposed to be, if you're a sensitive or a medium of any kind, dead energy can make you deathly sick. It can cause health issues like you wouldn't believe. And so I did all that, and when that was done, it was amazing. A totally different house. And I told my friend Tina, I said, the house is cleared. I said, but he needs to get a hold of his gifts. He needs to quit running from them. I said, because this can cause other problems. And you might not get a friendly spirit. This is, okay, I'll stay, you have kids, I'll play with them and whatnot. No. You might get somebody that is going to freaking torment you until you pay attention. And I said, he's going to have to do this, and he's going to have to learn how to shield. He's going to learn he's going to have to get into meditating. And it's going to be a lifelong thing. Because he is a medium, and he is always going to have spirits coming to him for help. And with having already 2 kids that are very sensitive, this too in the long run will help them out, because then he can teach them how to do this. But and then it was like, I almost didn't do it because there's too much chaos going on with Fisher, with Lacey, and the gossip that was going around. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, me and Tina both looked at each other and we both agreed, if they don't come out, then I'm not doing it. Because I cannot split my energy and have to worry about, if I do this, they're going to get attacked. Because whether you believe in them or not, they're there. They had 2 days to get ready for this. Monday, they knew that they had to go to make themselves useful, do something outside of the house. They knew that. And they knew that Tuesday was the deadline where I was going to come in and I was going to clear the house. And they just did not. I was like, oh my gosh. She came out raving mad, and I looked at Tina and I was like, I said, this is how you tell the true colors of a person. When something like this happens and the family is tormented. Yeah. And so they left, and I told Tina, I said, when I am done, I will text you that I am done. And it took me about an hour to do everything that needed to be done. I smoked the place with herbs that dealt with protection, prosperity, exorcism, and all that. And after I did that, I rang the bell. After I did that, I went around the house with blessed water. After I did that, I salted the rims and everything, which was kind of hard because the house was not very clean, but that's beside the point. Then I took my oil, which is this right here, Peace of Mind, and I anointed everything. The walls, the door frames, the door, inside, everything. And it was done. And I texted her and I said, I'm done. She's like, you're done? I was like, yeah. She's like, did she cross over? And I said, yeah, she was ready to cross over. She's like, oh, bless her heart. And I was like, yeah, she was just so ready. And I honestly believe the part of the reason why she could not truly be crossover is because if you have negative entities, they can bring that spirit back. You have got to deal with that first and then cross over. And if you know what you're doing, because to me, I don't go gun ho. Okay, I talk to the family about what's going on. That's the first day. All right, and then that whole night, I'm processing what I need to bring with me, what I'm going to do. I don't ever write it down, and I really should. And everything, and I go through it, and then the second day is my preparation day. That's the day I have my ritual bath. I take a bath in salt water, and I meditate. I do a deep meditation the night before I go into this. So I am on a clear head, clear mind, and the only thing at hand is I'm going to battle. Now, if it's just negative energy, I still do that because I have to have a clear mind when I'm doing this. But I do. I go in doing business. That's it. It's my job. Once my job is done and I know it's good, then from there it's on them if they keep it up. And it is, because you can cleanse and clear a house of energy and build up. But it is ultimately up to you and your family on if it stays that way. I suggest even if there is no beings or spirits or anything there that you smudge. You smudge yourself. You smudge. You take a salt bath, and then you smudge. You do a deep cleaning of your house, and get a spray bottle with salt water. You bless it with every deity that you believe in, and then you spray everything down with that salt water, and then you smudge the whole house. And this is a reset, because I strongly believe buildings and homes